Shalom. Kahalo Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua Ba'Hashem Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity. I'm the brother Yeshua back with another lesson. And this lesson is going to be about the poem that Donald Trump read. I believe it was on his White House when he was, let's see. Trump speaking at his first rally since leaving White House. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure when this was, but we'll figure it out. All right, so this video is David Pakman's show, and this is a short. Okay, June 30th, which is today. And his title is Donald Trump Recites Poetry. Now he's ranking on him real quick for 55 seconds. Let's watch this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna intermittently we're in the spirit right now. I don't have anything written down, so we're just kind of freestyling, and intermittently we'll stop and get precepts to what's going on.
She clutched him to her bosom.
Bosom.
You're so beautiful, she cried. But if I hadn't brought you in by now, you truly would have died. She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed him and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, the snake gave her a vicious bite. Take me in, O tender woman, take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman.
Seems like third grade reading level type stuff. Like you'd analyze this in third grade.
Oh, cried the woman, and you've bitten me, but why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Shut up, silly woman, said the reptile.
You can tell this is a crowd that really loves poetry.
Okay.
She clutched.
So that's Pakman ranking on him. Okay. So let's get the first scripture. All right. So Trump is speaking in code, and the poem, is written in code. All right. So this is Ecclesiasticus. This is Sirach 12 and 13. All right. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? All right. Or such as come nigh wild beast. All right. That's 13, 12 and 13. Let's go to 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy. All right. These are instructions to Israel. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Who is that? This is talking about Esau, that snake. All right. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and be aware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown he stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. All right? Now, okay, so we understand who the snake is. All right? Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? Serpent, snake, dragon, same thing. All right? Let's get this. Let's get the woman. Comely and delicate woman. Who's the woman? Take me in, O tender woman. All right. This is Jeremiah 6 and 2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. Israel is the woman. Okay. Now let's get who's the snake. more subtle. Oh, where? More subtile. Who is more subtile? The serpent. Now the serpent, Esau, was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord power hath made. And he said unto the woman, who's the woman? Israel. Yea, in this case it's Eve, right? Yea, hath the Most High said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? Okay, now, if we get up to 5, the woman turns into, let me see. Okay, 15. Now the woman is not Eve anymore. Okay, up here the woman is Eve. Okay, and the woman said unto the serpent, all right, this is about Eve. Well, the serpent was more, and he said unto the woman, yea, all right, he's dealing with Eve right here. But down here, it says, let's go up here to 14. And the Lord power said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And they did that when they was up in the caves in the hills of Georgia, Russia. They were on their belly, grunting and snorting and braying and eating mallows and juniper berries, juniper roots. Right here, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman. That's not talking about Eve. This is talking about Israel. And between thy seed and her seed. Women don't have seed. All right, this is talking about Israel. Okay? Now, back down here, unto the woman, he said, that's Eve again. These are women. Okay? So that's how the scripture, they jump around like that, and you have to know. All right, so anyway, we've established that. Now, let's go to Revelation. And his tail drew. Okay. We're explaining the poem. Now we're going to watch the poem in its entirety, and we're going to break it down. All right? This is Revelation 12 and 4. And his tail, whose tail? The serpent, the dragon. Start at the top here. All right, Revelation 12 and 1. The woman and the dragon, take me in, O tender woman. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head were 12 stars, a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with child, travailed in birth and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, behold, a great red dragon, which is a serpent, which is a snake, all right, having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head, and his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered for to devour her child as soon as it was born. Okay? Where are we? All right. Now, this is what we're dealing with. Now let's watch Donald Trump. Let's see. This one. Boom. Okay.
Stop using.
This is CBS News. All right, this is CBS News Channel, April 29th, 2017. So this was before. All right, this is before he got in there, or right when he did, one of the two. Okay, Trump reads the snake poem. All right, so let's listen to this and we'll break it down. All right.
So I have it. Does anybody want to hear it again? You sure?
Oh, wait, stop. Okay, he asks a question in the beginning.
Who has heard the poem called The Snake?
Okay, so first of all, he's holding up his hand sign.
Who has heard?
Okay, which has many meanings. One being 666. All right. Who has heard the snake? He's speaking of himself. The red
Who
dragon.
has heard the poem called The Snake?
Okay. All right. The snake, the serpent, the dragon, Esau. The woman represents Israel. Now let's go.
So I have it. Does anybody want to hear it again? You sure? Are you sure? Okay. So let's dedicate this to General Kelly, the Border Patrol, and the ICE agents for doing such an incredible job.
Of shutting down Israel. Okay? That's what he's saying in code.
All right? This was written by Al Wilson a long time ago. And I thought of it having to do with our borders and people coming in.
You hear that? Shutting down our borders.
We know what we're going to have. We're going to have problems. We have to very, very carefully vet. We have to be smart. We have
to be cunning and more subtle than any beast of the field.
problems. We have to very, very carefully vet. We have to be smart. We have to be vigilant. So here it is, the snake. It's called The Snake.
Speaking of himself.
On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman,
A comely and delicate woman.
saw a poor, half-frozen snake.
All right. Cold-blooded snake. All right.
His pretty-colored skin had been all frosted.
All right. Transforming himself. Let's get this. His beautiful skin. An angel of light. ANGEL of light. Let's get this. And no marvel, this is 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. All right, and quickly, let's qualify the snake, Satan, the devil. Let's qualify that. Revelation 12. Okay. Start at 7. Revelation 12 and 7. Then a war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon, right? The dragon, the great red dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back. The dragon was not strong enough. Let's get KJV. And prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon, 1, was cast out, that old serpent, 2, called the devil, 3, and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. Okay? So we got the dragon, 1, 2, serpent. Talk about these snakes. The devil. These snakes are the devil, and there's Satan. All right, so when we go back, where do we come from? All right. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. That's that snake. All right. Take me in, O tender woman. I'm the dragon, the snake, the devil, and Satan. The great red dragon. The old serpent from the beginning. All right. In the beginning, there was the serpent, who was more subtle than any beast of the field. Okay, back to the Trump reading. All right.
with the dew. Poor thing, she cried, I'll take you in and I'll take care of you.
Okay, and that's Jake being, you know, having that righteous spirit and not being able to see the subtlety. Never trust thine enemy. Here you are. Who? We go back right here. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? Okay? Never trust thine enemy. Here you are trusting him, bringing him in. Take me in.
The border. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. She wrapped him up all cozy in a comforter of silk and laid him by her fireside with some honey and some milk. She hurried home from work that night, and as soon as she arrived, she found that pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived.
Let's see. The revived Roman Empire. Where do we go for that? Deadly wound. Was healed. Okay. Beast of the field. And I saw one of his heads, as it were, wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. All right.
Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed that vicious snake.
Who's the vicious snake? He is. He's trying to blame it on the immigrants coming into their own land, calling them immigrants to begin with. You're the immigrant. You're the snake.
She clutched him to her bosom.
All right. Where's that at? The wife of thy bosom. Maybe that's in hold on. What is it? Speak not much. Let's see. See if I can find it. Let's see. Micah, let me see. All right, this is Micah 7 and 5. Trust ye not in a friend, all right? Put ye not confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. All right? Basically, don't let nobody play you close. Okay? Set a guard over thy mouth. Keep watch at the doors of my lips. Let everyone guard against his neighbor. Do not trust any brother, for every brother deals craftily, and every friend spreads slander. All right? So don't clutch no snake to your bosom.
You're so beautiful, she cried.
Back to transforming himself into an angel of light.
But if I hadn't brought you in by now, oh heavens, you would have died. She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed him and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite.
Let's get that. Genesis 27:41. So Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father had blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Okay? When the words, this is Genesis 27:42. When the words of her older son Esau were relayed to Rebekah, she sent for her younger son and told him, look, your brother Esau is consoling himself by plotting to kill you with a vicious bite. Okay?
Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. I have saved you, cried the woman, and you've bitten me, heavens why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die.
He knew that. He knew it. Trying to kill the woman. The snake is trying to kill the woman.
Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin.
The reptile. Okay? Though he go crouching, take good heed. All right?
You knew damn well I was a snake.
There it is. All right, where are we going? We're going back to the beginning.
Before you took me in.
There it is. All right, so let's go back to the beginning and then we'll be done. All right? Start right here. Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. He's trying to be you.
This is a full 3 months of food without needing any refrigeration or special storage.
It's the devil. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. All right? And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or such as come nigh wild beast. All right. Let's go right here. For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. All right, so Trump was signaling his people, hey, all right, we can't let these whatever, all right? So with that, don't trust these serpents. Hope that the elect are edified, and with that we can say shalom.